motherfucking house. This is the pretty ZOZO Club. And I'm here with my motherfucking man. Motherfucking back.
Welcome, golf fans. This is your golf guru bringing you the 2020 ZOZO Championship first look and recap of the CJ Cup. This is where Tiger last year, well, at the ZOZO, not on his course, got his 82nd victory. He is back in the field along with, I think I noticed a little difference between Patrick Reed, and hopefully Finau will be off his COVID ban, and we'll see what happens to DJ. This is going to be played at the Sherwood Country Club, but let's first just real quickly recap the CJ Cup and how we did, and then we'll get into it. So just real quick, I'll highlight these. The stud plays, these were the guys 9, 10,000, 11,000 above. And I'm not going to go into all details, but real quickly, DJ was out due to COVID, so nothing there. Sander ended up giving you a second place finish. If it wasn't for Saturday shooting 2 over, he would have probably won the tournament. In all the key stat categories, he killed it with his putter, almost 7 strokes, but gained in everywhere. So did very well, and I would have got you 118 points. Rory actually led the field off the tee, but if I take a look here, let me just see here. Gained over 6 strokes off the tee. Got you a T21, 6 under, 84 points. So did well. Positives were the putter was positive off the tee, but approach he lost almost 4 strokes. So that's where he got hurt. Matthew Wolf, I'm not even go to details here. I think it was just a one-off. He just blew up. I think he had 1 positive day. Let me just take a gander here at Matthew Wolf. Yeah, 300 on Saturday. Everything else, he shot a total of about 14 over for the tournament. If you take away the Saturday, so 11 over. He ended up 73rd out of 78 guys. Well, 77 after Dave withdrew. He lost big time everywhere. I'm not even going at the short of it. Tee to green, he lost 12.5 strokes. So was not Matthew Wolf's tournament. We're just going to leave that at that. But Morikawa, you know, a nice little comeback after the 2 missed cuts. Would have got you a T12, 8 under, 84 points, and had a really nice Friday shooting 7 under, but kind of just on the other days with either a 1 under or 1 over. And did great on approach, but lost a little off the tee and lost 2 strokes, you know, on the putter. So that's what kind of kept Mr. Morikawa from even doing better. Watson was a great call. I thought this kind of set up for him. Been playing well. This course reminds me a lot of Augusta from what I could glean. And I think that was even stated by a lot of the guys who were using it for kind of, you know, warm up for the Masters, like a Koepka. But yeah, he gained real nice, almost 6 strokes on approach. The putter held him back a little bit. That's where, you know, he lost almost 2 strokes there, but everything else was real positive. T7, 12 under, 104 points. Louis actually, not the best tournament for Louis. I don't think I was actually hoping that he would win his first tournament here on the American soil. But let's take just one quick peek at Louis. 1 under for the tournament. Would have got you 70 points. It was all about approach. It looks like he lost almost 3.5 on approach. Little struggle around the green. Putter wasn't terrible, as it typically not is with Louis, but nothing else too fantastic. Sungjae M actually had a nice Sunday, but the rest of the tournament was kind of Paul Casey, not good. Just he lost everywhere. Brendan Todd was kind of Jekyll and Hyde, if I remember correctly. Thursday, Friday, shot over. Saturday, Sunday, shot under. And it just wasn't a typical Brendan Todd. And, you know, it was our first time we got to see him since the U.S. Open, but I thought, you know, this course would be a good fit for him. And he's usually a pretty solid, you know, kind of play, you know, for the price of $7,900. Got you 73 fantasy points. But, yeah, he good putter, lost 5 strokes off the tee, lost on approach almost 2 strokes. So, yeah, in short, we're going to hope more out of Todd coming forward. Out of my dud plays, I'm not going to go into all details, but Lanto ended up real nice, as we know. I think he ended up 7th place. Kisner, blah. Mackenzie Hughes, blah. Sungjae or Siwoo Kim did really well, and Connors was kind of blah. But so out of my dud plays, Lanto, as I always say, if he's under 7K, he's going to 10x or better. And he almost 20x'd. So, you know, Lanto's in great form. So keep playing him. And then my phase, it was kind of funny. I kind of knew this could come to bite me, but on everything I've ever known in past, if if you win a tournament, especially a big tournament, and then you have to make that travel back, good on Terrell Hatton for doing what he did. If it wasn't for Saturday, he could have went back-to-back wins. One European, one here. Ended up with a T3, 118 points, and killed it on approach. 9 strokes. I think he led the field in approach. Around the green was, a little bit of a loss, but other than that, the guy just played great. So the rest of the guys, I was right. From Fleetwood to Rose to Lowry, Fitzpatrick was but yeah. So I wasn't, on my phase. We took it all as a whole, which I didn't put all their pictures up, but I did say pretty much all the guys flying back, I was fading, and except for Hatton, and Hatton almost won it. So, and then Answer, he didn't have a terrible tournament, but for his price, and I knew a lot of people, it was kind of chalky, because from a course fit, Answer wasn't a bad play, but I just was kind of like, I thought there was a lot of falsities with that 4th place finish at Shriners when you're gaining almost, 9 strokes, and he's not. That's where he'll struggle as a putter. So yeah, didn't feel too bad about fading Answer on this one. Out of my hidden gems, I'm not going to even go into Poston Stunk. He was a last minute ad, but again, thinking the putter might, keep a hot putter and we could do something. Benoit actually hit the ball well. Again, the putter killed him. I think he lost 6 strokes putting. And then Cam Smith, man, keep an eye on Cam. 11th place finish. If you look at Kokrak, we'll talk about him in a little bit. The guys that are in the teens, getting those teen place finishes are the guys that typically win. And so Cam just lost a little off the tee, but everywhere else did real well, and would have got you 87 points in an 11th place finish. So that was a nice call. And then let's talk real quick about Kokrak. He just wasn't popping up for me. And there's 2 big things that, you found out later. And I'm going to put a description in this video. He quickly, somewhere during the tournament, did an interview and just said, "Oh yeah, I played here a ton. I know I probably played here more than anybody here. I know, I know these greens. I know where to miss it." And I had no inside information on that. I don't think Vegas did. I don't think anybody knew. I don't know how this was the best kept secret, but because he was 80 to 1, 90 to 1. If you would have bet him to win, which I did not hit that. I didn't play it. Had some other long shots, but did not have Kokrak. But hey, if you look at just recent form, except for Shriners, but he literally just missed by a stroke at Shriners. He shot 6 under, but 17th at the U.S. Open, a 6th, a 13th, a 15th. The putter, you could see there was glimpses. The U.S. Open, he gained almost 6 strokes putting, but gaining 10 strokes. I mean, if you gain 10 strokes putting, you're going to win a tournament typically, unless you just puke all over yourself. So, congrats to Jason Kokrak, first PGA victory, and awesome. All right, let's move on. Oh, last thing is I'll look at my lineup versus the winning lineup just real quick. So the Assassin, which I don't know how many entries he had. I had 15 hand-built entries. Half of them cashed, but my best was this lineup to the left there with Rory, Schauffele, Morikawa, Munoz, Griffin. And then kind of the sleeper. I didn't put him in. It wasn't I was trying to hide him. It was kind of a last-minute add in some lineups. Danny Lee, I saw some spurts where he's had some good things. Danny Lee will keep the ball in play. It's just, again, comes down to the putter for him. But he also, he has 16 birdies, 10 bogeys. That's Danny Lee, So, threw him in there. But, yeah, my Munoz, Griffin, I like those guys. I wish, I had some Henley, but just not paired up with Schauffele. And I had, I was not on Hatton and I was not on Kokrak. So, good for the Assassin. It was a nice lineup. Like I said, I don't have how much percentage of plays. It doesn't show up on here. I would be curious. Kokrak, I don't know how much he was played, but yeah. Okay, let's turn the page. Even though, funny enough, the ZOZO is going to be a lot like what we just faced. So very similar fields. You have the addition of Tiger Woods. You're going to have the top Japanese guys, which, again, all those guys, just like Shadow, I wouldn't play any of them. But you got some exemptions. I think you got Phil is getting an exemption into this. You got Rose got an exemption. You've got Spieth's got an exemption into this. But pretty similar as in look and feel of the course. Some very wide fairways. Right now, what I'm getting is that it's going to be a par 72, playing just over 7,000 yards with 5 par 5s, so a very gettable course. We do have some history on this course, but it was at the Hero Challenge, named multiple things. The World Challenge, it was Tiger's tournament, where he'd invite like 18 guys to play. It started in 2001 and was played, and this is specifically talking about a Sherwood. From 2001 to 2014, it was held at Sherwood, and then moved on to different courses, and still is played, as far as I know, to the today. What I saw from a scoring, I think the lowest I saw was 17 under. But again, you got to remember this was, quite a few years ago, to 10 under. No shot link data. You can glean, greens in regulation, fairways in regulation, but you're not going to get approach off the tee, around the green, putting. We're not going to get all that information. Course record held by DJ, shot back in 2014. So good to know if DJ does make the field. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to be looking for guys, not too dissimilar to Shadow, but I do think par 5 scoring is going to be huge, and also guys that can bomb it here, because I haven't seen what the rough is going to be from how, I don't know if the rough will be as bad as what it was at Shadow. That overseeded rough, did come into play at Shadow. If you got off the fairways quite a bit, you could have some rough lies. We're looking at bent grass. The greens are going to be a hybrid of bent grass and Poana. I think that's about it. Some other side notes. Let's see here. You got, of course, Morikawa, California kid, playing at California Berkeley Bears. And then you've got, this is an interesting one. So I guess Matthew Wolff went to high school just 7 miles from this course. And, I'm guessing he's played this course a ton. So I will be getting on the Matthew Wolff train, sad to say, but I will. And I think that's it to glean from a course perspective. If you look at the field, as I kind of mentioned, very similar, no cut, 78 guys. Of course, the guys that are in Vegas pretty much just coming to play here. Like I said, there is a couple different ads. Patrick Reed, you got Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods. This, I ran just a quick model, doing just, looking at just shots gained, key categories. And I took courses very similar from a green perspective, from the bent grass, and from the length. And this is what popped up. Funny enough, Jason Day, I don't really want to get into that, but I'm so off Jason Day. Just had him too many times pull out of tournaments. And I'm not blaming him. It is what it is. But I've also had him where on day one on a Thursday, where he yanks his back after 3 or 4 holes supposedly, but he was shooting like 10 over and just says, screw it, I'm out of here. So I will be on the major Jason Day fade, and maybe he'll come out and win this. Who knows? But yeah, so that's the gleam from your field. No kind of shockers. I mean, you got Cam Smith that's popping up there. Paul Casey, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. I'm kind of a little sick in the mouth, but Bubba Watson popping up there. Yeah, so I'm going to do a bunch of analysis, get you the projections, picks, pivots, fades, all that kind of fun stuff. That'll be out tomorrow. Really nothing else right now that I can get you, but that is just a quick first look. And can you please like and share and subscribe if you are getting value from this and like what I am doing? I'd greatly appreciate it. And let's have a great ZOZO tournament. I'll talk to you guys later. Flavor.